What is going on? I'm zmoT. We're going to be doing some War Factory today. This video does not get many views, but the people out there who like it a lot. So we're going to keep on doing it. Now, I got this comment from Bishop Guy saying, can't wait for your Gearheart video. Got the remote back now, so I'm ready. Pretty sure he means universal remote. I got some bad news for you, though, Mr. Bishop Guy. We're going to look at War Factory here, and there's nothing to hack, essentially. The rocket launchers that range the core are non-existent. There's no shock launchers that range the core. The mortars have super-duper low health, and there's zmo's next to them, so this is not the universal remote War Factory that you were hoping for. I guess we could just those mortars right there have quite a bit more health, so we could probably get rid of those. Then we're going to head over to that right-hand side. So let's get started, get rolling. I am going to use artillery on this mortar. That is critical. That is called marking. Please, please, please. If you don't know what that means, do let me know, because it is so critical. Then I'm going to flare that back mortar right there. Everspark's going to walk out, do that hack, and you see that zmo? Those zmos shot her in the face, I think. So that's why I waited and waited until the smoke was almost expired to flare that back mortar. I'll have to watch that replay to see, but then we're just going to be throwing all of our gunboat energy right here on top of these 4 mortars, getting rid of some defenses, also maybe clearing a mine or two. Decent start. We're going to be using Rifle Zooka up that right-hand side because, you could smoke up and solo this probably, but that is for the next attack, so do stick around. Now, here's what I wanted to see right about here. I wanted to see if those zmos, I don't think it was actually, well, I'm curious to see. We're going to have to wait and find out here. I don't think it was actually the zmos that shot her in the face, so I might have been overly cautious, but let's just wait here a second and find out. So, who killed Everspark? No, it was no, don't do that crazy stuff that I just did. Those zmos are way out of range, so do make sure you drop her way to the right, but then just flare the back mortar, and then the damage on the front mortar will make her double hack it, and Bob is your uncle. And I wish I had an uncle named Bob, because that would make that saying so much more relevant. Now, again, don't need to send troops in quite yet. If you have instant training or you just want to get this done as fast as you can, by all means do send some troops in. I am just trying to do this so that I don't have to waste diamonds, and also you guys can save some gold. That is also the whole point of this. I've said it once, I'm going to say it every single War Factory. Supercell, please give intel for unused attacks. If I can solo, I should get 4 intel. If I do it in 5, I should get 0 intel. Easy way to incentivize skill and trying and all of those sorts of things. I hate the fact that there is no incentive to do it in 1 instead of doing it in 5 attacks. It just reinforces that just do a dumb, terrible attack. For low levels, it's great, but for high levels, if you could solo it, I would love to bring back the how to solo War Factory videos. Anyways, we are going to spend some of those 29 diamonds that I get every single day. Now, some of you are asking how to get some of them 29 diamonds, and they're a Chris Rock. That's oh man. Got any of them diamonds? Brain turning off. Seems to be happening quite a bit. Infant 9, come do join this task force. I'm not sure if we get 29 in this. It might be 27 in this task force, but nonetheless, very helpful. We're going to switch. Man, I can't think of the dude's name. The meme with the guy with the powdered sugar on his face. We're going to get going over to this right-hand side. Those zmos are going to be killing troops left, right, and center. Also, all those snipers are. So if you can smoke back into that area, you could take this puppy down without having to do this, but we will see what we can do here. Now, if you're wondering why the heck I'm using rifles, there are twice as many rifles in a landing craft. That means there are twice as many troops to get shot in the face. They are going to keep your troops alive way too often. I see people send heavies against boom cannons, heavies against cannons. Use riflemen. Riflemen are fantastic. They will keep your damaged troops alive. In other games, they're called tanks, I do believe, because they stand out front and get shot in the face. That gets a bit confusing in Boom Beach, though, because we have literal troops called tanks, but you get the basic idea. Send some troops out front, let them get shot in the face. Those critters are tanking for our zookas, the riflemen are tanking for our zookas. They are all getting shot in the face and keeping our damaged troops, which are the zookas, alive. And that way we can just burn through all of this. You see with heavies, there are 1/4 the number of heavies in a landing craft as there are riflemen. So by sending heavies, you only get shot in the face 3 times. Riflemen get shot in the face 12 times. It is far, far, far better. See that quick bit of math there? 3 times 4, just top level stuff. So if you were to send Heavy Zooka into that mess, you would not have gotten anywhere near this far. And if you did, you probably have higher level landing crafts and troops than I did. So we did pretty darn good here. That right-hand side machine gun is eating up our troops. That's about the only time heavies would have been useful on this attack, and let's be honest, the heavies wouldn't have lasted this far. Plus, there are Doom Cannons there and zmo's there, and so pretty darn good clear. We've used 3 attacks, but we've got 2 attacks left, I do believe. Let's just double check. Yeah, 2 attacks left. That is tons and tons and tons. Now, you might be thinking, hey, maybe I could send Everspark up there and hack that machine gun. zmo's will ruin your life. Don't do it. Don't do it at all. So we can squeeze up that right-hand side a little bit, but not all that much. So we're not going to use smoke. We are going to stick with using our diamonds, which hurts a little bit. That is like 4 days, 5 days worth of diamonds. Hurts a little bit. That's why those free diamonds are just so important. I don't understand how people play in task forces that only do like 1 attack every 4 days or something like that. I just couldn't imagine not having the diamonds. It just blows my mind. So anyways, we are going to send all of our dudes over into there. We're going to throw 1 critter swarm because I'd like to be able to throw that shock right there and then that shock right there. And now we should be able to make our way through all of this stuff. I'm going to keep shocking those zmo's and those Doom Cannons and hoping... There we go. There goes the machine gun. So we should be in gravy train land now. I'm not sure what exactly that was supposed to say, but like I said, my brain not on full capacity these days. Doing these War Factory videos, I realize they are late in the War Factory state of world, but this is early morning for me. I am sipping sipping coffee as we're making this video. So thank you for your patience, those of you like Mr. Bishop guy right there who waited for this video to come out. Down goes War Factory. Now, we only lost a handful of troops, 110 diamonds worth or so, and we didn't have to wait for our troops to reload. So if you don't have instant training, I would just do these attacks one after another and then wait the 36 minutes or whatever it is for your troops to reload. But that is a very, very easy way for low levels to take down War Factory. That being said, let's do a quick pause, get you guys and gals some speed serum. I'll be back in just a second. Okay, this account is going to be on a Warships video later today. As you can see, I have parked, got into Diamond. That is all I cared about on this account. So do consider subscribing if you'd like to see a completely different way to get into Diamond. It was an absolute bloodbath. I didn't get all of the engine rooms, I don't think even once on that account, but a win is a win. Anyways, we are going to pick up those free diamonds off the map, also off of some defense. This base does fairly well. I've got a video on that as well, I do believe. Let's jump in, have a look here. Now, I've got all bombardiers loaded. All bombardiers are not the right choice for this, so we're going to get rid of those. I'm just going to come in. You know what? What's our tribes right now? Our tribes right now, by the way, that other account did not have tribes, if you're wondering why it took so darn many artillery. So, we have tank damage. You could just walk through all of that with tanks, let's be honest. Maybe I'll do that on my other account, but for right now, I am just going to use my good friends, the ladies, the Heathers, the Zookas. I don't know who came up with the term Heather, but it was a good one. Now, we are going to use Miss Brick. Now, Brick is probably going to get shot in the face. If you've never used, oh, I should have used protectors. That would, I'm going to use protectors with tanks in the other one just to see how far they can go. Spoiler alert, not very far, I don't think. One protector, one bombardier against one boom cannon, no problem. But against a whole bunch of things shooting them in the face, that is not going to go super duper well, I don't think. So we are going to send all of our troops into here. Now, I am going to try my darndest to keep Brick alive. Keeping Brick alive does not go super duper well because Brick likes to get shot in the face. I think that zmoT already found her. No, it didn't. I am absolutely and utterly amazed that we managed to keep Brick alive. Now, you'll notice we're going to lose the delay, but we don't care about the delay because there's no rocket launchers in range. So the fact that we managed to keep Brick alive is amazing in itself, and then we're just going to throw these shocks out here, and easy peasy, down goes the core. Keeping Brick alive is more impressive than taking the core down with zookas on that one. Very, very easy solo. So if you have never soloed War Factory and you're decent with smoke, you can make some gaps in there. Don't worry about it too much because there's no rocket launchers or lasers or anything that's going to ruin your day. As we get a crash, now I have narrowed that down. I think it crashed because our attack ended with battle orders active. Can also have it happen with second wind active and all that. Anyways, I'll be back in a sec. We'll do something a little bit ridiculous and silly because we're here anyways. Okay, so I think zmoT almost hit the corner there. This account on Warships, I am still playing. Just lost my boss battle for 23, staying in 6 engine rooms. Now, let me know if you guys have made some decisions based on Easter weekend coming up. I definitely have. Chose not to go 7 engine rooms because I am not going to be playing this weekend. It's a family weekend. It is a religious weekend, and not that I'm terribly religious, but just the idea of taking a long weekend. It ending on a long weekend is less than ideal in my mind. So, in case you weren't aware, you can convert fragments and shards. Shards do cost, but that is not obvious. It says you can convert them, but it doesn't say how, and I think a lot of people miss that, so I figured I'd throw that one out there. Let's get some tanks loaded. Yes, tanks. I am using tanks on both Warships and War Factory. We are going to use those protectors because they can be decent. I wish they had more of a spread, and just a note, I have submitted suggestions for every single prototype to Supercell because most of the prototype troops suck. I know that rocket choppers are amazing and shockeneers are great and all that, but there's a whole bunch of them that are just absolutely awful, kind of like mechs. So, actually, you know what? Let's get a second boat of protectors out. Protectors don't move forward. They stay at the very back, so I kind of assume they're not going to do anything for our tanks, but I am going to boost this tank damage, which hurts me a little bit because I feel like I'm wasting some raw crystals, but it is what it is. Some things you got to do for the peoples. I swear I just saw. There we go. Saw some diamonds. I am always on the lookout for those free diamonds, and Supercell and Boom Beach is fantastic about giving out those free diamonds. That's one of the things that I have zero complaints about. We're going to send Bullet there. We're going to send our tanks over here. Maybe we'll send a protector on the right and a protector on the left just to try and mix it up a little bit. And then let's just see how far into this we can go. Now, it's pretty tough to tell if your protectors are doing anything useful. I mean, unless you have, like I said earlier, one bombardier against one boom cannon, it's pretty darn tough to see if they're doing anything useful. You can see that Bullet is just absolutely getting hammered. I'm finding that on Warships, he's also getting hammered a ton. Now, protectors, are they going forward and helping him out? No, they just hang back. They don't do a heck of a lot, which can be very frustrating. But hopefully that gets resolved in the next update, whenever the heck that may be. So Bullet standing out front, getting shot in the face, but I'm not going to trust that those zmoTs are going to focus on just him. Now, you see that, here we go, we got an opportunity right here. Those protectors are keeping that one, see that? Come on, get, it's going to, see, did not do anything useful. So the protectors are protecting one another or the boom cannon instead of actually doing something useful and keeping our bombardiers alive. So protectors are a bit of a bust, but right here, maybe, yep, see that? There we go. We finally got what I was trying to show you. Protectors keeping that one bombardier alive against that one boom cannon. It doesn't happen very often where you're only getting hit by one single troop, but one single defense, but when it does happen, it can be kind of useful. So bombardiers aren't a complete bust. Not bombardiers, bombardiers are amazing. But right here, protectors should be useful, I think, as we get only hit by one defense or so. That doom cannon trying to take our bombardiers down, but the protectors barely keeping them alive. Not fast enough, as you can see here. So it's going to be ugly, but it is going to get us towards that core. So do consider using protectors. I know they kind of suck, but if you can get 1v1, your bombardiers are going to win every single time. Most of the time. It works 60% of the time, it works every time, or whatever the heck that expression is. So we are probably going to pull off this War Factory solo, all thanks to protectors. So protectors coming up huge at the last possible second. I guess they're fairly clutch at the moment, but let's be honest, they sucked for the rest of the attack. So it's like they were sitting on the sidelines trimming their nails until the very end. So at least they subbed in, but come on, protectors, little bit weak on your part. There's no way that's all, folks. There's no way that we would have won this last little section of the attack without them, but just that, those guys, those ladies right there deserve. I know it's kind of cliche to throw that sad trombone out there as the core explodes. They did some good, but just not enough to warrant two landing crafts worth. Probably should have used either 1 or 0. Wish they moved forward a little bit. Sure, staying at the back and cowardly hiding behind everyone worked out for them, but that is all for me. If this was somehow entertaining or educational, or you liked listening to me trip over my own mouth, please consider throwing code zmoT in every single Supercell game. Doesn't have to be just Boom Beach. Brawl Stars, Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, Heyday, Boom Beach, Frontlines, all that stuff. More importantly, though, do let me know in the comments if you found this to be useful or good. I know this does not have a huge audience, but those of you who like it a lot, as Jim Carrey once said. Anyways, that is all for me. As per always, thank you so much for coming in, for commenting, for sending this video to the people in your task force, and most of all for letting me know if this is your first ever War Factory takedown, because those things warm the cockles of my heart, and I have no idea what a cockle is or why it's in my heart. But that is all for me. Thanks for coming in. I'm zmoT.